From where they sat they could get a glimpse of the main stream across the island that separated them, and just then a wager boat flashed into view. The rower was a short, stout figure, who was splashing badly and rolling a good deal, but working his hardest. The Rat stood up and hailed him. However, Toad, for it was he, shook his head and concentrated on the task at hand. "He'll be out of the boat in a minute if he rolls like that," said the Rat. "Of course he will," chuckled the Otter. "Did I ever tell you that good story about Toad and the lock keeper?" In a canal, which is a man-made waterway, a lock is an area blocked off at each end by gates. The gates are opened or closed to allow water to fill or drain from the lock so the boats can safely move. So a lock keeper is in charge of those gates. "The story happened this way," Otter continued. "Toad—" At that moment a mayfly swerved unsteadily on the gentle spring breeze toward Otter. Mayflies are insects similar to dragonflies. They live near water. Mayflies live only for a few hours to a few days. There was a swirl of water and a cloop, and the mayfly was visible no more. Neither was the Otter. The Mole looked down. The voice was still in his ears, but the grass whereon he had sprawled was clearly vacant. Not an otter to be seen. But again there was a streak of bubbles on the surface of the river. The Rat hummed a tune, and the Mole remembered that it was considered rude to make any sort of comment about the sudden disappearance of one's friends. "Well, well," said the Rat, "I suppose we ought to be moving. I wonder which one of us should pack the luncheon basket." He did not sound overly eager to do it himself. "Oh, please let me," said the Mole. So, of course, the Rat let him. The afternoon sun was getting low as the Rat sculled gently homewards. The Mole was very full of lunch and self-satisfaction, and already quite at home in a boat. Or so he thought. He was, however, getting a bit restless, and presently he said, "Ratty, please, I want to row now." The Rat shook his head with a smile. "Not yet, my young friend," he said. "Wait till you've had a few lessons." The Mole was quiet for a minute or two, but he began to feel more and more jealous of Rat. Suddenly he jumped up and seized the sculls from him. Rat, who had been gazing out over the water, was taken by surprise. He fell backwards off his seat. The triumphant Mole took his place and grabbed the sculls with much confidence. "Stop it, you silly!" cried the Rat from the bottom of the boat. "You'll have us over."